My name is Justin Feist. I'm the president of Auto Dealer Payments, and this is a brief training video of implementing a credit card surcharge program at your dealership. So this video is intended for the front-end employees to watch so that they can be comfortable before the program is actually rolled out. So a credit card surcharge program is where we pass on or the dealership passes on a fee just for credit cards and not debit cards. And we'll go through some facts and misunderstandings and then word tracks to help you at your dealership talk with customers about this program. So the big question is, why is my dealership choosing to pass on a fee for credit cards? The big picture is that credit card and debit card processing fees are a massive expense for dealerships. So typically think of it's a top 10 expense. So think of other top 10 expenses such as taxes, rent or mortgage on the property, payroll, software expenses. All of these other expenses are also a top 10 category. And so it's a major expense for dealerships that they're trying to get a better hold of and manage and mitigate it so the dealership can be more profitable. So about 35% of dealerships, in estimation by J.D. Power, are currently utilizing a credit card surcharge program. And it's very common both locally to your dealership as well as nationally. So it's nothing new that consumers are not used to. Many of the local gas stations, as well as maybe your city or state does a surcharge on credit cards or all type of cards for like DMV registration as well. And then one of the misconceptions is that maybe your customers don't have a debit card in their wallet. Well, Forbes estimates that about 87% of customers have a debit card in their wallet, and only 28% of customers use a credit card because they cannot afford the purchase. Some of those other reasons why customers may prefer a credit card over a debit card is the rewards or the points that they get. Maybe they like the security better of a credit card, or it's just common habit. So big picture here, customers have a debit card in their wallet, and they may just prefer to pay another way. So I wanted to go through some word tracks to help you out with this as well, because about like 90 to 95% of customers will not mention anything about the fee on additional fee on credit cards. It's those 5 to 10% that you have to have your word tracks ready and not surprise them, which is the big deal, to make sure that they're still satisfied with you throughout the entire repair or purchase process. So the first thing you want to do is mention that they have options, right? So there's not a fee for debit cards, but there is a fee for credit. Just giving people options helps a lot with not upsetting them. And then also mentioning to the customer, say they're coming to pick up the vehicle or putting a down payment on or picking up parts, whatever it is, when they're coming back into the store, you want to mention that there is an additional fee on credit cards, but not debit cards. So if they want to avoid that fee, the best thing to do is to bring in a debit card. And then also at the point when they're checking out, you want to mention or ask them, how are you paying today? If they say a card, you'll want to mention that there's an additional fee on credit cards, but not debit cards. Again, we don't want them to be surprised when they maybe look at their receipt. That's how more customers will be upset. So having those conversations up front is a big deal. And then a little bit down to the implementation. So the fee is only on credit cards, not debit cards. I've said that like 17 times now, and we're only a couple minutes into the video. So the machine will automatically detect that and pass on a fee accordingly. So there's nothing that you need to do additionally as an employee. You just need to type in the amount on the credit card terminal or the software of what they owe you, and it'll be automatically detected. One of the big questions I get is, what is Apple Pay or Google Pay? Is that a credit card or is that a debit card? Well, it's whatever they decided to clone on their phone. So they can clone either a either a credit card or a debit card. So like me, for example, I have my business credit card cloned as well as my HSA debit card. So they can clone either of them there. So Apple Pay and Google Pay is not a credit card, and it's not a debit card. It's whatever they chose. With that, this is kind of a generic training for all dealerships, but there's a way for you to specifically enter in that additional fee into your DMS software. So talk with other colleagues or your business office on how they want you to do that. But the big kind of high picture of that is, say it's a credit card, there's an additional fee that we need to record within the DMS, and so that it can be accounted for properly within the banking and the DMS systems. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us directly, 208 908 0560. Thank you.